This is our welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to our team call. This is kind of just going to be kind of open dialogue, kind of see where everyone is. Those that were on the onboarding yesterday, any feedback from that perspective would be great. So that way that was our first one. And so what we'll do is I definitely want to put that in rotation moving forward on the weekly basis, especially if we're bringing in new people, how the trend has been going. So that way we're consistent and we don't have a lag time and really showing them the information. And then that recording can help us going down the line in terms of streamlining some of the process to get that time back to do something else. So, hey, Keisha, how are you, beautiful? Hey, Deontay. Hey, Mary.
Hey, how you doing? How everybody doing?
Doing great, doing great. So does anyone
Hey,
want to come off of mute and kind of talk about the onboarding process that we kicked off yesterday?
yeah, like you said, I think we should do it at least once a week. So when the new people come in, they can know that they got people there to help them and they got a team to help them build. So I think we should do it every Saturday morning.
Okay. All right. So y'all know we're going to need onboarding every Saturday. What
I,
we'll need is collaboration. So like say for instance, I'm scheduled to be in Nashville this weekend, right? So that means we'll need someone to kind of go through that process. So we'll figure
well,
that
at
out,
least,
but
oh,
just
my bad.
no, go
Yeah,
ahead.
maybe we can come up with a day that works for everybody, maybe.
Okay. But at least once a week for sure, right? All right, anybody else?
I agree. I'm pretty much free on Saturday, so yeah, pretty
Okay.
much, yeah. Just during the week, I just be busy
'Cause
at my other job. So yeah,
right?
but yeah.
You're a busy man, Jelani. You're a busy man. All right. Anyone else have anything, any input, insight, feedback?
And Tara, I'm with Jamanja. I'm busy too.
Okay, you busy too. Okay, we got you, Mary. All right. So how is everybody doing? Like, how are y'all feeling in regards to work in your business? Like any apprehensive, like let's talk to me a little bit in terms of what's happening over these past couple of weeks. I know a couple of people have put points on the board, but help me understand where you are in your process and what can we do to help. This is the last week of the boot camp, so we'll gain back that hour of time moving forward. Just a hint, hint, clue, clue. I am presenting on Wednesday, so y'all pray I don't oversleep. So I'll be training on Wednesday, but boot camp will be over, and then we can and then even though we're in boot camp right now, with the plays and everything that are going, it's still the same thing, and just implementing it into your daily DMO. So any comments, feedback, suggestions?
I got a
Well,
comment.
I have.
Oh,
Go ahead.
wait.
Go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead,
you,
Marquis.
you go. So I was just gonna ask about when we bringing people in, like for the builders, what is it supposed to look like? Uh, because I think based on who we bring in and their work schedules, how fast is that? Okay, we get them on onboarding, we schedule them for onboarding, and then we get them like what are the like top 3 or 4 steps we supposed to be doing like to get them rolling? I know they don't have to create a list, but it,
I got you. I'm making notes because I was in the process of working on a cheat sheet for that. So this is great. So what it looks like is definitely once they get in the business, you want to set up that welcome call, right? Move yourself out the way, get that welcome call set. Then the other thing is that you want to go over what is their drive, what is their goals, what is it that what it is that they want to do, right? So then that way, like we were just talking about a minute ago, customizing it, right? So if they want to focus on travel, that's fine. We are not ambassadors, okay? So I need you to understand that I can't train you on travel. I can guide you to where to go get the information. And I think that's a step that we miss because they're depending on us to teach them the travel when we're not certified to do so, right? And so that's why it's important for them to do their IntelliTravel university training, right? to the IntelliTravel webinars that are throughout the week. Sign up for those. And when they sign up for those, just FYI, they somehow or another, they track it to see if they've actually completed that webinar. So then that goes towards the dream makers, right? So if they sign up for the training, they have to make sure that they stay on throughout the training, right? And then of course you have IntelliTravel Departure Lounge, you have Passport to Success, and then you have the travel trainings the second, third, and fourth Wednesday of the month that the big team does, right? So you can guide them in that way. Now, say for instance that they are a builder, right? It's the same thing. Oh, and then you still want that person that wants to focus on travel, you still want to launch their business for them. Now, if they say that they're focusing on travel, you still want to encourage them to launch. Why? Because it's like your grand opening of your business. If you, for instance, you don't tell anybody about your business, if you're not posting on social media, if you're not doing those things, how, where you going to start, right? So that's the segue into encourage them to launch their business. And when they're launching their business, say for instance, if we can customize it, right? We'll still talk about both sides of the business, but we could change up some of the dialogue a little bit because we know that that person is focusing on travel, but we're not going to forget we're not going to forget the car. Travel is the wheels, but we still talk about the planet marketing part. Does that make sense from the travel perspective for those that are?
Yeah, so skipping a step for me, I guess, of finding out, getting so excited, because what I find myself doing is sending a lot of flyers and inviting people that I bring in, but they may not even want to build. So that's the part that I got to figure, okay, we bring them in, they excite, they join, but they may not want to, they may just want to travel.
Right. And that's a good point. I'm going to come back to that with the flyers and how the posting and stuff goes, right? So because that's piquing someone's interest. So the other step of it is the planet marketing side, right? And so when you're having that conversation with them, you're having a conversation with Tara. Tara says, I want access to all the money. I want access to all 8 streams of income, right? Then that's how you're going to customize it in terms of those particular trainings, calls, things of that nature, right? So for an example, if they want to build, we know to have them watch the PS3 video, some understanding the compensation plan, things that's related to planet marketing side, right? Building their list, launching their business, right? Because everybody needs to launch. And then we're going to do the step-by-step in terms of what I would like to do and incorporate in not just the onboarding process, but also a working session where we're working together. If it's how we were talking about before, how to do a social media post, right? Or okay, go through your phone and add 10 people to your list. Like have a working exercise because we put the exercises out there, but is anybody really doing it, right? And so it's just customizing it to what their needs are. And then what will happen, Marquita, once they're really plugged into the culture, 9 times out of 10, something's gonna click. And then for that one that says they just want to book, because I was like that. I just wanted to book. I didn't want to do nothing else. But then by me being plugged into the culture, regardless if I was focusing on travel, I was still at the Tuesday night meetings. I was still on Mr. Moore's call, so you still have to be plugged in, right? Because you got to hear when they say we just hit $1 billion booking travel, right? Or new things that are coming down the pipeline with the partnership. So they still have to plug in, but there's certain things maybe not so much if they're focusing on travel. If they're focusing on being hybrid, of course, that's all of the key either calls or Zooms or meetings, right? i.e. the Dallas meeting, IMV, basic training, team call, all of that. Everybody needs to be on the team call, regardless if they're travel or if they're a hybrid, right? And of course, the setting that we're in right now, we're all focusing on those goals because we're in the 40 days and 40 nights, right? So the conversations are a little bit different right now, but we can switch it up a little bit to incorporate more travel stuff in there for sure. Does that help? Okay. All right, cool beans. All right, Keisha.
Well, what my problem is, I get them to, I pick the entries, and I invite them to an in-person event, and they don't show up. That's what really frustrates me.
Okay, so when you're inviting them to an event, you're talking about like the Thursday night meetings, for an example?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your conversation like with the individuals? Are you building a relationship, or is it just someone you just ran into, said a couple of
Well,
words Thursday?
well, I'm building a relationship with them. Also, I'm doing that. And when I did my event, I think it was like last week, 2 weeks ago, I met two people, and one of them, she want to join back. She already been, and she said she didn't know if she could use her same iota, but I asked Tasha. Tasha said yeah. So I did a follow up and they said they was gonna be there, and it wasn't. So I called them.
You went out, Keisha. You went out. Hey, Tasha, I see your hand. While she's trying to come back, you want to go ahead and say something, Tasha?
I just want to know, the IATA, was that person already in her organization or that person was in another organization?
She
That's,
said she was with Planet Marketing.
no, I thought she was in your organization. So if she rejoined back, she wouldn't be able to join up under your leg. It'll be back
Oh,
when she was with. So in order for her to join with you, she had to start all over.
oh, okay.
Okay.
So she was in business with someone else.
Well, she didn't. She just said she was with the Planet Marketing. She been gone for a while, and she wanted to join back, and
Yeah.
she wasn't.
Okay, so that's something we could take offline because there's a lot of other open-ended questions there. Because I thought it was maybe someone that was attached to you already.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Good question though. All
And
right.
I have something else also.
Mm.
I admit Thursday that I'm giving you and Tasha a hard time coaching me. The way I don't have that support like I supposed to with my family. I'm trying not to cry,
It's gonna be okay.
but that's why I do the things I do
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have that support. Only person support me is my husband. That's it. So
But you got the
that's
support here, baby. You got it here. You got it. You got it. You got it. As
so
long
I'm trying not to cry. So
don't cry.
uh, I always been the black sheep of the family. So that's why I do the things I do.
Well, you definitely know it's your birthright, right?
Yeah.
You have dreams and aspirations, right?
Mhm.
You control the controllables, right?
Yeah.
You know what your why is, right?
Yeah.
So if they don't support, they just don't support. And what that does is like you allow that to be your motivation to win. But
Okay.
winning with respect and dignity, right?
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's the difference. And if you know that you don't get the support, you don't talk about the business no more. You just show them.
Okay.
Okay. That's how you do that. And
Okay.
then and you keep it moving. And that's the most politically correct way that I can say it. Okay.
Okay.
But you do have to be coachable, right? You do have this village here that is willing and ready to help you. But
Okay.
if you continue to not be coachable, that's not reciprocity, right?
Mhm.
So you got to understand that too.
Okay.
It's a two-way street, right? And at some point, when you continuously say the same things that need to be done, or those great suggestions on how to move, and 6 months later you come in with the same thing. It's like, come on now. Come on now. Okay. Tasha, you still got your hand up or you got something else?
Yeah, I also want to let her know that it don't have to be your intermediate family. It could be people that you actually already having a conversation with, like at work or when you go to these events. Now they move from your cold market to your warm market. So just continue to build relationships with those and not immediately talk about the business, but you can gradually go into that.
Mhm. That's good. Yeah. All right. Does that help you, Keisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome sauce. So I want to go back to something that Marquita was talking about a minute ago with the flyers and the posting, right? So with the post, what they were talking about, it's been 1,000 Zooms. I can't remember which one or if it was at a Tuesday night meeting, but it's really you want to attract who you want to partner with, right? We know that our product is travel, so that's the easy way out in regards to promoting travel, right? But if you truly understand the value of the $200, that's selling the dream. That's selling residual income. That's selling changing your life, right? Because when we talk about you have access to 8 streams of income, the value of that $200 is really the 1995, right? Where the 7 streams of income comes into play. So think about that, Marquita, and those that are heavy on social media. Maybe the verbiage should be switched a little bit. So then that way you have, like, maybe one day it's travel, right? Or this hour, however your schedule is, right? And then maybe it's a post on selling the dream, right? So then that way you're attracting both and not those that just want to do travel. Does that make sense? Because we don't sell the car without the wheels, right? But you also want to have soldiers in your camp that want the same thing that you do. And with transparency, I thought travel was going to be a little bit easier when I first started. And it took up a lot of time to get that $2,000 check, that $4,000 check, that $5,000 check, right? When being a professional inviter, the money was pouring in differently, right? So you got to really, and that's why I always use the analogy of working your travel business is like being a realtor, right? You have that one client, they just gonna buy or sell their house, and then you have to wait for that commission check. So do you want consistent weekly money coming in, residual income coming in, or are you gonna book a whole bunch of trips? And even if you book a whole bunch of trips, then that's like the group trips, right? Where you'll get a 10 stacks on commission or what have you, right? But that's still a one-time payout. And so that way, when you're talking to the prospects, really drill down to them and it's asking those questions, right? You're really interviewing them to see if you even want them a part of your team. That's how eventually your posture will get like that, right? Right now, people want to help people, but also they have goals in mind too. So when you're really interviewing that prospect, then you're gonna hear what they're saying to figure out how it can truly be a team effort, right? So, and y'all tearing it up with the social media, and if y'all's pictures went on some of them reels, I would be taking it and putting it on my page, right? But it's so just understand that. So switch it up a little bit, and then maybe on, like, you know how they say the Facebook is for older, TikTok or Instagram is for the more younger generation, right? Maybe on that page, the whichever social media is geared towards millennials and all that stuff, it's a switch. And then you have just paying attention. Basically what I'm saying is paying attention to your followers and packaging it up when you're piquing the interest to attract who you want to be in partnership with. Hopefully that answers that question for you. Yes, go ahead, Marquita.
So that's what I've been working on doing too. I went to go and send friend requests to realtors, people that are tax professionals. Now I'm learning that because I don't know anybody out here, I'm paying attention to if they in the Dallas Fort Worth area, I'm just sending them a friend request. And I'm looking for like, I think it was one of the boot camps where they said, we got to look if they got family, if you see them, the mother and son. So I'm strategically now picking and they're accepting my friend request. So now I just got to, like you say, switch it up and start, because I want a team, and I want a team of beautiful people, souls, men and women, a team of mostly women that, gravitate to this, but there are men that open it up to even marketing to men like that too. But just going in there and paying attention to it, because my market, we all thought was going to support us. So it's like, oh, I got to go make some new friends. So I've been doing it on purpose. Like, okay, let me go find people who are, if they're doing anything with taxes, real estate, or insurance, they have the same mindset as us. Now we just got to make a genuine connection. So that's the back end work of what I'm learning.
No, and that's key. And I'm glad you said that, because that's how you and Latanya crossed.
Yeah.
And that's what they talked about in the boot camp last week, finding 5 professionals, 5 family, 5 that love to travel, 5 that wanted to change or something like that. I can't remember the last one, but that's what you want, because then when you're looking for those like-minded people, and so like for an example, you're seeing that they're realtors, insurance, or what have you, right? Realtors. So now it's building that relationship. Thank you, Tara, for I came across your page. Thank you for accepting my friend request, and then just drip on them whatever, in between, right? So, what do you do? What area you're in, or whatever that may be, just starting the conversation. And then guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a pivot point, because they're going to ask you what you do. Now, for you, because you are that entrepreneur, right? I wouldn't go straight in and talk about the solar part, right? I would talk about the planet marketing. I sell, what I do is I sell the dream. I help individuals bring in 8 additional streams of income, and I get a 50% match off of their income that comes in. You see how that switch is different? It's different. It's like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. So you're saying I could help people and they what? Oh yeah, I want to know some more about that. Help me understand what that looks like, right? And go from there.
So don't say I sell travel businesses.
No, that's where we're messing up at.
I sell the dream. I help people get, what was it again?
I see, now you got me, because it just rolled off real quick, right? Because I wasn't thinking about it. What I do for a living is I sell the dream. I help people I show people how to create generational wealth and receive residual income, and then I get 50% match off of what they make.
And you had said 8 additional streams. I like that.
You see the difference? Because when you say travel,
residual income, so that's the new
yeah, yeah, because you realize when you say travel, some of them want to do it, but then they think like it's another job. I already got 3 jobs, and now you're talking about I got to book travel to even make some money. You see what I'm saying? And then what you do is, if that person travels all the time, then it's more so showing them how they can save or pay themselves for their trips, right? That's the difference. So it's switching it up. So like, if y'all pay attention to certain people, they stop saying, do you want to work from home? Or it's switched up a little bit. Would you like to work for yourself and receive a 1099 where you're bringing in 8 additional streams of income? You see the difference? Because some people get it twisted thinking they don't have a job. They're like, oh, this is going to be a job for me. But no, it's a business, because guess what? They have to invest in to even start their business. So then when you say it's a $200 investment, then they're like, oh, I thought this was a job, right?
Yeah.
And it's not.
Sure.
Does that help answer your question, Marquita?
Yep,
All right, Jelani,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Yes, Marquita, she been doing an excellent job. Like I said, she been my coach, my team, everything. So and like I said, I take my hats out to her. But yeah, she been doing a heck of a job on everything else, all that she regarded me. So yes, so excellent. Yes, that's
Yeah,
great
yeah.
teamwork, Marquita. Great teamwork.
Make the dream work, right?
He
I
working
know,
me.
I know, right?
He working me. He called me like 5 times a day.
That's good, and that's what you want, because that means that they're interested, their
And,
wheels are turning, right?
like I said, I ain't trying to blow her like that. Like I just got questions like that's in my head. I'm like, man, that's okay. Then
No,
like,
but
okay,
that's
that
good.
yeah,
No,
like
that's
that,
good.
yeah,
That's good. And the reason why I say that's good, because when the phone stops ringing, that's when they go dormant. Then that's when they give up on themselves, right? And we don't want nobody to give up on themselves. We here to let and help
exactly,
everybody make that money. So if you
exactly,
and I keep saying it over and over again, if you don't ask no question and if you're quiet, we don't know how to help you, right?
right,
We
right,
don't know how to
yep,
help you. I can't get inside of Marquita's brain. I love it when she texts me all day throughout the day or call me. Do you got a second? Yep, give me 5 minutes, right? Because I know her wheels are turning. And
exactly,
and then the type of questions that she's asking means that she's really drilling down the best work ethic and business practice for her business, right? And those
right,
questions someone else may have, but I may not, I may talk to it, right? But then how I just drilled it down on a whole different level, right? Because there was
correct,
interest in there in terms of how she asked the question and even asking the question.
correct, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Any other questions or anything like that? All right, I will say this. I have requested over and over again. So there's new individuals on this line, so there is a grace period for them. But I said one-on-ones. Let's do a deep dive to see the areas of improvement, right? What needs to happen? How can I help you? And then making sure as your team grows that is developing you into that leader. Because I'm looking for a core. I need a core team. I need a core team that's that's about the business, that is plugged in, and is coachable. Because I can't do it all by myself. All these creativity things that I have, from the YouTube channel to this to that, putting stuff in Power of Leverage, I'm just as, busy like everybody else. So I need some team players just helping with the structure of and getting into the weeds with the creativity in terms of how do we make it better, right? So I'm not sure who Samsung is, but Anthony, do you have any questions? Or Laquan? Or Deontay? Mary? Nikita? And we all family, y'all. Like, we family. We are family. So any questions, comments, anything that you're struggling with, let's talk about it. Because what you may be struggling with may be something somebody else is struggling with. Like I was struggling with going live on doing the Facebook thing last week, right? But I still did it and I got so frustrated. I got frustrated because the flyer said 12 o'clock, right? And I started trying to get it all together and started at 11:45, and it didn't happen that way. So I had to control the controllables and take a woosah moment and then go out there and just do it. And then it ended up being so much fun, right? So sometimes it may be rocky in the beginning in terms of what you're doing, but then once you get into it, it's like fun. And it's like, oh, okay, I can do this again. Let me see who I'm gonna get this week to talk on live, right? So you gotta kind of just you gotta figure it out. And the only way to figure it out is just try it and go for it. Deontay?
So without building like the relationship, I mean, we're building the relationship without bringing up the business. How are y'all doing it? Like, How are y'all doing it?
Okay, I'm gonna answer this question the best way that I can because I've already given you this answer. But here we go. Hey Deontay, how are you? Oh, I like this.
I'm talking about like, I know you answered the question. I'm just saying like, um,
It's having a conversation. It's like,
I know it's having a conversation.
okay, so
I'm
maybe I
saying
don't
like, what
understand
are
you.
you doing other than just talking about the business? Like getting connected with them, taking them out to eat, something like that. What, like, how
Yeah.
long does it take to keep that relationship? I'm saying like, that's what I'm
So,
confused.
but that's where you're interviewing them, right? So if it's like you meet them at a coffee shop, you meet them at the restaurant, um, or you're somewhere, right? And so it's like, oh, so what are your hobbies? What is like you like to do? It's like, say for instance, you like to dance, right? So it's like they may go to a particular spot for dance. Oh, let me know the next time that y'all go, right? And then that could be a short conversation. Then it may be, and then you're exchanging numbers. Hey, Tara, what you got going on tonight? You want to go out for lunch or dinner or something like that? Let's, to whatever, right? It's like being yourself from that perspective. And then as you're talking to them, it's like, so Deontay, what do you do? Oh, I work for a Methodist Baptist hospital. Oh, for real? So what do you do? Oh, you're a nurse? Oh, great. So how long have you been doing that? Right? Do you have any kids? Oh, yes, I got 3 kids. They 18, 25, and 4. Oh, really? So, you're talking to them in that way, and they're telling you their life for you to package it in a way to say, so have you ever thought about um increasing your income? Do you keep your income options open? Yeah, I do. What you got for me? Because I'm tired of da 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 da. I'm ready to switch jobs, or I want to put the kid in this school, da da da. Oh, well, Tara, I got something for you. I think I got something for you. I would love for you to take a look at it so you can see it just like I saw it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
So
Can
what
I
is
add,
that building?
Huh?
can I add to that?
Hold on. Let me see what Deontay scored. Say that again, Deontay.
You can go ahead, mom.
No, I need to hear from you first, Deontay.
I was saying, so how is that building? Is it long term, short term? Like
You might end up
without
you gonna end up having another friend that likes to do the same stuff that you like to do on the weekends or during the week. So when you go out with the intention of wanting something for self, that's when it crumbles. It's not gonna stay, right? You're looking, the objective is to help other people. So you're gonna find that need, you're gonna find that hurt, you're gonna find that want, and you're gonna get that out of the conversation, right? But if you go in looking like you want to talk to Tara real quick, and can you get on this Zoom tonight at da 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 da? I would love to show you how to make da 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 da. That shows you being desperate and begging. We ain't in the begging business. It's just having a conversation. Just like last night after the birthday dinner, some classmates that I've been prospecting forever, and ironically, I had this couple for one of my classmates in the business and never touched them, right? So I got the invite, or they told me where they were going to be to watch the game. They know what I do because they follow me on social media, right? They know what I do. So then the conversation was more because I never met the wife, no interaction with the wife. Because when I was in school, I hung around all the dudes. So it's like a little uncomfortable for me when it comes to the women. So I stay on this side, but I knew I had to segue in to get to the wife because the wife is the one that tells him to cut the check for them to go everywhere, right? So I went and I met. I ain't say nothing about the business. I said, let's exchange numbers. Let me know when y'all traveling again. I may have something for you. Here's your birthday drink. Oh, Tara, da, 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 yes. Fulton was telling them. Then she was like, yeah, my husband told me, Fulton told me this, that, and the third. Yeah, we need to talk. You see how it flows that way? When you come and I walked in there and I'm dressed up. They in jerseys, and I was like, if I pass this spot to go home, it's a wrap. I'm not going to go back to that place. But it was in divine order for me to stop, go to this place. And y'all know I'm a baseball and tennis shoe girl all day, but I had the heels on, all that, right? Whole dress on, looking like Mary Poppins. But I went anyway, and that's how it works. So when you have to change, you got to change it. And I get it. We all hungry. We all want that next level. We all want this. But if you do it with the right intentions, the good intentions, and you're doing your part, then it's all going to unravel how it needs to. And it's planting the seeds. It's planting the seeds. But if you're looking for that fast money, that quick money, or putting people in the system, then they're not going to stick and stay, because you have to have the mindset of truly wanting to help and guide and lead. And then you can't plug in sometime and then plug in the other times, right? Because your business partners are also looking at that too. It's reciprocity. So you telling me to get on these Zooms and then you're not here? Like what? I don't understand. Okay, so I'm gonna follow the leader. That's what they doing. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do too. Then they don't plug in and get the nourishments that they need. Tasha?
Melody talked about their Tuesday night training when she came to Memphis Thursday, and she said one of the trainings, Miss Shedra White, um, she talked about Wednesday when she came in because of the storm. She came in early, and she said what she did was early Thursday, she went to Half Shell. She sat at the bar with her computer and was just working on her computer, and then people started to come in, and everybody just started having a conversation.
Mhm.
And she said during the time of having a conversation, she was still working on her computer, and people like to talk. And the main reason why she sat at the bar is because she knew if she sat at her table, then nobody would come and have, nobody would interact with her. So she
Mhm.
sat there intentionally, and then that's how she started having conversations with people, but she didn't talk about the business, and she still was able to, hey, blah 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 this, and she got their numbers. But one of the girls had actually asked her what she was doing or what she did, and
Mhm.
then she told her she was the only one that she actually invited to the Thursday night. I'm not sure she came because I forgot to ask her, but she had told her, she said that's ways of going out there and being intentional about meeting new people and building relationships. So that's something you can do, because you go out all the time, Deontay. It's just sometimes you just go with your friends and y'all stay in that circle. Try to walk around and and just engage with other people. That could be a good idea since you blue, you know. And you could build a relationship that way. You real good with talking and with other people. I
Mhm.
just add on it.
No, because Deontay, you just like me. We're blue. We like to have fun. And when I first started the business, I intentionally went out to lunch. And I would sit at the same thing that Melanie did. And I wouldn't, because people are nosy. That's how Jazz got me. Jazz on her computer, and I'm being nosy. What you doing? Oh, and I don't know if she was faking or not, but had that cell phone and was talking travel, right? Oh, wait a minute, hold on. You got your own, and you kind of move in it, because what's gonna happen is one, they either gonna be nosy and they gonna ask you about it, right? Or they gonna say something for you to pique their interest that way. And the more that you do it, the more it will become easier. And we can't let, we got to keep our why in front of us. You got to keep your why in front of you. You got to keep your goals. And if you don't have a why, get one. If you got goals in terms of you need an extra $500 for the month, get with your sponsor, leadership, your coach, mentor, and carve that out. I know that Laquan and Anthony and Nikita, you all aren't saying anything, but if you could just put a yes, thumbs up or something, if whatever that you've been attending like the team calls, for an example. I'm not sure if you all were on the onboarding yesterday, but is this information helpful for you? I would like to have a thumbs up or something, some type of interaction. And Samsung, I don't know who Samsung is. Do you guys know who Samsung is? Who's Samsung?
Nope. The purpose of jobs are today.
Does anybody know who Samsung is? Because I'm gonna boot them out.
Yeah, I was wondering. But,
Yeah, moving forward, make sure that you all have you all's names listed on your when you coming in. And that's for various reasons for myself, because I am working with like different sideline business partners, and I want to be comfortable with providing information to help you that may not supposed to go across the planet. Hint, hint, clue, clue. All right, so I don't have anything else. I just wanted to come on real quick. As I stated before, Sunday, I mean, this week I'm supposed to go to Nashville. I'm just trying to work through that. There's a couple of things that I need to take care of, so I got to figure that piece of it out. So with that being said, I'll figure out the onboarding schedule, and I will figure out team call is kind of easy because I can kind of do that wherever. But if you have any questions or things that you think about, put those in the chat, so then that way we can get your questions answered and it doesn't take a whole week for you to get your answers. And then the goal is we want to help everybody get a belief check. Everybody get a belief check. And some of you all have been in long enough where either it's us helping you get that first booking for travel, or to help someone start their business. All right. I'll go through the chat real quick. Marquita, Latanya, does anyone have anything else that you want to add, or anything else y'all want to put on my to-do list to kind of put some stuff together? I will work on Great Minds Think Alike. I was working on like a cheat sheet that wasn't so long and convoluted like the one that's already out there, but something that's easy, like just check off. So I'm trying to be creative in that space. And my goal is to get stuff together so then our process just runs smoothly when we get to 2025. We'll have recordings, we'll have, certain things in place. I have so if any of y'all, Deontay, maybe I could leverage you. I created a YouTube channel to put all of our recordings and stuff on, but Auntie's stuck in terms of how to share it without having to put everybody's email address in. Like, I want people to find it within the team, but I don't want it to be for the public. Do you know anything about that? You the guru.
It's for the public, huh?
Yeah, you know how you can have a private YouTube page, right? Just for like the team. And then, everybody has a public YouTube channel where everybody can go and look at all their videos. Our videos need to be private because we're having, team training type conversations. Do you know how to do that?
Do you mean YouTube, or you just want to have videos, or for us just to see?
I have a YouTube channel called The Power of Leverage, where I'm
Okay.
putting our videos, but right now they're all private.
Okay.
But I don't know how to release it to you all so you can go back and watch the replays without it going to the public. You don't know? Yeah.
So you'll probably have to, it's somewhere in there where you can share it to us.
Yeah, all I see is to put
Yeah.
your email
we
address.
can't subscribe to it.
I don't know how to do that. So, okay, we'll have another
You
session.
just tell us the name of it and then we'll go and subscribe and then everything you put on there, we can see it.
Okay,
Mhm.
it's the power of leverage. That's what it is. See if y'all can find it with the same picture that we got on Facebook.
Nikita said, I can do that, definitely. Can make it private. You can share it in the settings while it's private.
Oh, perfect. Nikita, with me, can you do a tutorial with me?
Cause I'm like,
Right? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Everybody got a skill set. Everybody got a skill set, and I love it. Yes, I need help. Yes, I can do it. So if anyone wants to go, you can go ahead and go. Nikita, if you just got a few more minutes, I'm gonna stop the recording and I'm gonna show you what I got. Hold on.